It's the land where Russia, Mongolia, China and Kazakhstan come together. At 3,500 kilometers from Moscow, life can hardly be more different from what it's like in Russia's largest cities. Innovative business stands side by side with ancient and spiritual traditions. Now for more, we're joined live by our correspondent, Olga Masalkova, who is in the Altay region's capital, Barnaul. Hello to you, Olga. So where are you? What's going on?
Sophie. We are right, we are in Barnaul, that's the capital of Altay region. Now, not to bore you with details and to explain a little bit to you, Altay territory, the whole territory is about the size of the UK, but the population here is 20 times less. And it consists of Altay Krai, or region, and Altay Republic. And we are in the region, in Barnaul now. Now, it's one of the biggest cities here, as you said. But you know, after being stuck in Moscow for so long, it feels so great finally to breathe clean air, and it's really magnificent here, but I won't bore you with details. Here's Anastasia Haidulova, who's traveled all around Altay and has brought us this report.
This is Russia's gateway to another world, a land where mountains watch over and trees are set to talk, where innovation comes from tradition and where a journey starts from within. This is Altay. These vast steppes were once a thriving land of kolkhoz, with virtually everyone living here involved in collective farming. With the collapse of the Soviet system, though, much of the production here stood still, and only recently Altay started to wake up from the oblivion. Now let's see how it's done here. Working like a bee. Gennady Gubko isn't a businessman, he's a beekeeper like many in Altay who simply do what they love. He has managed to turn his family trade into a production line and make Altay honey into a brand name.
The whole of Altay is in a drop of Altay honey. If you've never been here, just taste it and you'll know our nature, our hills and our people.
Rule 2, survival of the fittest. They claim to have a remedy for anything in Altay. In its natural pharmacy, there are millions of rare plants. You just need to gather it, package and sell it. While with a growing demand for all kinds of natural products, local producers are looking into the bubbly future. Altay cheese is another success story here. In the midst of what is known as the Russian Alps, one cheese producer is making his mark. And if you don't think you can get enough, chew on this. 700 kilograms. This is the biggest cheese in Russia, and with Guinness World Record pending, this could be the biggest in the world. And some people are thinking beyond the obvious. Altay has never been a major metal ore region, but this small mining enterprise has reopened an old facility, and its profits are benefiting the community.
I remember during the 90s, sometimes we were not paid. Now there is work and pay. Things are getting better.
As you can see, they still use the same methods, the same infrastructure, the same base as they did during the Soviet times, but this mine has been abandoned since the 80s, and only 3 years ago it's been brought back to life. But travel a few hundred kilometers south, and there's a whole other world in Altay, where few rules apply. There are no smoking chimneys, no rush hour, no traffic, and their main export here is the experience. For centuries, these mountains were home to hermits and shamans. Today, many flock here to feel the spiritual energy that Altay is known for. And the locals believe they hold the key to Shambhala, a gate to the outer world. Mystical signs and superstitions, legends and UFO sighting stories. True or not, it helps the tourism industry. Well, here in Gorny Altay, horse riding tours is the main trade. Over 1 million tourists come here every year. And for those who are trying to preserve this wilderness, keeping the balance isn't easy. Their environment is the most sacred thing for Altays, an ethnicity that makes up 1/3 of Gorny Altay population. They hold on to their beliefs that nature isn't to be disturbed.
У нас здесь, с одной стороны, очень
We have divine beauty here. All are welcome, but they have to behave.
держать и все.
It isn't only the locals who are on guard. Altai is home to several UNESCO World Heritage Sites like Ukok Plateau, a site of ancient burial grounds. A magnet for explorers, it is a miracle most of Altai nature remains untouched. Off the beaten track, there is Altai that is yet to be discovered. And as for its recipe for success, okay, well, maybe there is some magic involved. Anastasia Hedlina, RT Altai.
As you've seen there from the report, it's really a unique place on this planet. It's often also called the Pearl of Siberia. Now with me here, I have Sergei Noshkin from International Affairs Office here in Altai. And as far as I know, it's such a beautiful land, and we've seen it here. But why is tourism is not bringing so much money to the budget?
You know, we are only at the beginning. I think now we have a decision of our Russian government to establish a special economic zone, special touristic zone for tourism and recreation. And I think it will be a good investment for the touristic infrastructure. Because you know that Altai belongs not only to Russia. Altai is, we say, we have grounds to suppose that it is that is birthplace for human. And I think that we are to do our best to attract the peoples and tourists from all over the world.
As you said, the infrastructure here is really a problem. It's not developed, as we've seen as well. What exactly are you planning to do to develop it?
No, our plans to establish so-called the sky blue cartoon, and there is the idea to create a gambling zone, a so-called Siberian coin. And now we are trying to organize an international route around the Altai Mountains. No, there is such a good idea in frame of the rock of the Asia region at International Coordinating Council called Home Altai to create a new touristic route for tourists from all over the world. Round trip around the Altai regions, around the Altai Mountains.
So we know, as you've mentioned, that there are plans by the Russian government to move gambling zones away from Moscow, and one of them is going to be here in Altai. So do you think Altai will become Russian Nevada?
I hope so. I hope so. But I must say that now it's only an idea. We have no financing. As far as the special economic zone, the sky blue cartoon is concerned, we have a good financing from Moscow. The Siberian coin is only an idea. But now we have a great interest from Chinese. You know, such places like casinos in China are no exist in China. And we have a great interest. And we have tourists from China, from Mongolia, from Kazakhstan. They want to visit a Russian part of Altai, because now Altai belongs to 4 countries.
Okay, thank you very much for your answers. And unfortunately, our time is up, and that's all from us in Russia Close Up. But please join us throughout the day, and we'll tell you much more about this beautiful land.
All right, thanks for that interesting insight, Olga Maslakova from